How is everybody doing today? It is June 15th of 2021 and we have been super busy over here in our tiny yard garden, and I would like to put a video up, kind of like a vlog. We keep having video ideas, but things are moving so quickly for us. When we get a little bit of extra free time, what we end up doing is working out here in the yard. There's about 50 more projects that still need to be completed. But I'll take you on a quick tour and show you some of the stuff that we have going on really quick for mid-June of 2021. So it is the 15th right now, a Tuesday. This is our garden tiger, Athena. And in the center of the yard right here, I have a project that's going on. That's a comfrey we got from Sapper, and that's a whole bunch of mulch from this biomaterial, these pollen pods that come from our center tree here, which is an ash tree. So we just pile up all of our extra clippings and everything else in there. We're going to try to put the comfrey into this compost mulch stuff directly, and then putting a little bit of soil on it and seeing if we can drain the nutrients from the mulch quicker by using the comfrey, because comfrey can pretty much survive a lot of different stuff. We've had this 2 cold seasons so far. This would be our second grow season with it though, our full grow season. That's in the center. The 3 main tomatoes we have are Black Krim, Cherokee Purple, and Hawaiian Pineapple. This is all up in the centerpiece right here, where we used to have a white bench. These are regular yellow sweet potatoes and white sweet potatoes. Angel put these in grow bags. We got these from my sister, shout out to her. We have them in dollar store oil pans, so we can kind of bottom water them and fill them in. But those are sweet potatoes. This is a emerald ash tree. Those are walking Egyptian onions we got from Little Bean. And these are some more bunching or walking onions that came from Denmark. We got from a local farm market vendor last year. So those all came back. There's also some garlic in there. I believe a little bit of it's from the city stead even. But that's the centerpiece right there. We have our east wall, which is primarily tomatoes. All the dwarfs are, I think all the dwarfs except for the Purple Heart, which are right out here, are coming right here. But they are putting on tomatoes. So the dwarf tomato project, if you Google it, is a really cool project. It tries to cross-pollinate hybrids with dwarf varieties, or not hybrids, heirlooms, unique heirlooms with dwarf varieties to create smaller, stouter plants, and then they grow them out multiple years so the seeds are true to type, and it creates smaller plants for garden balconies, things like that. When you have small space, these plants are really squat. We got 7 different types of dwarf: Tasmanian chocolate, Mr. Snow, lemon ice, peppermint stripes, Purple Heart, Egypt yellow, and the emerald evergreen. Those emerald evergreen and Egypt yellow. But those are our dwarf varieties. We're kind of keeping them up close a little bit. Down the row here, Amana orange. We've been propping up the sticks like this, and then we'll put these over the tops, and then if they get too tall, we'll start cutting them back and down and try to grow as thick as plants as possible. We trim up the stem a little bit so we don't get a lot of splash on the leaves. Especially when you start to see yellowing down at the bottom, you should trim up your tomato plants. But this is an Amana orange. Lots of blooms on that one. This one is a Japanese black trifle. This one is struggling a little bit. It's a little bit wispy and growing slow, but it is a Ava purple ball. This one right here, we have a black beauty and a blue beauty, and if you look up the stem, it stunted itself. It like kind of topped itself or grew a tussle of flowers right there. So the 2 branches that are actually coming from it, and we didn't top it or clip it on accident, the 2 branches that are coming are actually suckers because it's growing weird and stunted. That's the black beauty, and then the wispier one next to it's the blue beauty. Then we have the blue cream cherry, 2 of those. And then these two are black cherry, and this one is atomic grape. And this one right here is a Paul Robeson. So the tomatoes on our wall over here, we got a couple marigolds. We got, as a gift from a neighbor, Angel picked up those little flowers here for Mother's Day. That's chamomile. We're trying some more baby corn there. Red romaine lettuce and butter crunch lettuce and some basil in the center. That's our failed baby corn right there. Angel's also got a herb pot, cilantro, thyme, oregano, and chives. So that's our west wall. Our yard is about 26 feet by 15 feet, and the first 8 feet are all cement. The last 18 feet would be all in rock. So it looks a lot bigger on camera than it actually is. The west wall, I don't think I'm going to name all of these, but we have 21 varieties. Bad. 21 varieties of 57 pepper plants. And on the tomatoes, we have 21 varieties of 37 tomato plants. So between tomatoes and peppers, we got 42 different varieties and 94 plants. Almost 100 plants. If I pulled the other 4 out, would be at 98, and so I'd have to come up with 2 more. This one right here is a Black from Tula, Berry's Crazy Cherry. Here is our store-bought ginger. We had to top it down a little bit because it was getting sway, but the green on it looks really, really nice. We fertilized the pepper plants with Epsom salt. We reconstituted some of the fertilizer in the tomatoes with local worm castings we had bought. This is catnip. Our cat doesn't like it, so I'm guessing we have to dry it or grow it out for a little while first. But this is something we found at our local nursery. It is called Corsican mint. And that is actually mint. That's my hand right there, and it's like a tuft. It's really, really bizarre. It tastes like spearmint, the strongest, and it's really pungent. So I don't know, I was really, really impressed with this. We weren't going to get any mint this year, but we ended up getting 2 of these, and we put them in the pot, and they're starting to spread out. It looks like almost like a mossy cover. It's really kind of firm too, and each little piece is so strong that like you could use less of this and grow a smaller plant, and maybe even do it somewhat indoors. And if anybody's grown mint, they know how strong and invasive kind of it can be. But we got tons of peppers that we got. Most of our yard is seed. These are some extra dwarf varieties, the 3 new kinds: Egypt Yellow, Emerald, Evergreen, and Tasmanian Chocolate. Out of all the dwarfs, our Tasmanian Chocolate one here, we got 2 plants in this back pot, and it is a beast plant. So tons and tons of blooms forming on the tomatoes.
And the peppers.
Tons of blooms forming on the peppers here. A couple little starts, but we've been out here shaking the plants and getting them pollinating. That's a Courbaki. The 5 colors doing really well. Down here, the Black Cobra or goat's weed pepper is doing really well. So I'll walk you down the pepper row real fast. Just so many blooms on everything. Another one that's really standing out is this one over here. It's a shishito from our seeds, and it is pouring out blooms for the peppers. So we've been in a hot streak right now. I'll try to keep the video around 10-12 minutes. That is lemon balm that came back for us. That is rosemary we got from a local nursery. We're going to try it in this pot because it can go up closer to the house. We haven't been able to successfully keep rosemary with any of our hardier stuff out back for our winter cold season. We just get so stinking cold in the way our yard's set up. So we've had Sweet Williams that don't look great now. We've had irises bloom, a couple of them. The plants on the irises are still doing well. We've had some hyacinths bloom already and fall back. These are a few zinnias Angel planted. And these are the tiger lilies, so they're looking really good too. In the back row here, we got two kinds of peas. Oregon Giant and Alaska Snow with crystal apple cucumbers in the centers. This is a Green Beauty Boxwood, a Densiformis U, and we got at least 3 kinds of corn. Red beans. This is Cherokee wax beans, and this is dragon tongue beans. Those corn are kind of struggling. We should have planted them previous. In the center there is also a national pickling cucumber. So I think that covers about everything, but it's really cool to come and sit and enjoy all this stuff growing out here. We're in a heat spell right now, an early heat spell and a drought in our area, so we are just kind of maintaining. It's nice to have a container garden because you can move things around. We really don't have a plan. We just plant as many varieties as we can of tomato and pepper and herb and random stuff that we can do. But this is June 15th of 2021, UT and Angel and Kiddo in southwestern Utah, zone 6B. We love you guys, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.